Games are all about having fun, sharing laughs, and joyfully killing time. We totally strut ourselves and slay heaps in games, no sweat. We've seen countless bad years in, and watched tons of heroes hop up. Gamers keep smacking into new things in the game, exploring mystery quests, lost in the huge, crazy game universe. Feeling like I'm one with these gutsy game heroes. That's always been the main tune of the game world, but loneliness hardly gets a mention. But that's exactly why. Games that make you feel alone really hit you right in the feels. So in this video, let's talk about the loneliest characters in the game. Trevor, a person who always wears a dirty t-shirt or dressed like a total weirdo. He's always acting bonkers. He punches and kicks people when he's pissed. Our hero's always in some messy scrap with bodies stashed in his fridge. Anyone who sees his wicked face will think he's a heartless and cruel villain, but it is this super bad person that once had bright dreams when he was young. Young Trevor dreamed of being a pilot, so he joined the Air Force, cause why not? And he showed his amazing talent in the training. Oops, he just realized he forgot his hands, but they fired him, claiming he was mentally unstable. He bailed faster than his prom date ditched him, just like his parents did when he was a kid. Trevor's childhood was like a hidden hedgehog in his heart, always poking at him. He was born on the America-Canada border. His mother was a prostitute who went to jail for drug abuse when he was still young. His father also abused alcohol and drugs and often mistreated him. Eventually, they dumped him at a mall. Since then, Trevor never felt warm from others again. After leaving the army, Trevor fell into despair. That's when he bumped into Mike. By then, Mike had made a name for himself in the underworld. He kicked off his crime career with good old Mike. They'll be dodging dangers like pros, leaving their enemies eating dust. They became famous robbers across America. Living dangerously and loving it, Trevor felt his blood catch fire like he just chugged hot sauce. He found his zest for living and his purpose for life again. One time after they robbed a bank, they got swarmed by a ton of cops while making their getaway. His house ran and Mike just got totally zapped. Trevor refused to leave, even trying to barrel through the cops to make a break for it with his house. Mike had to convince him, we need at least one of us to make it. Trevor had no choice but to leave alone. After that, Trevor found out from the news. Mike died after his arrest, no saving him, and Brad got locked up in the jail. But Trevor, being alone wasn't too bad. He had fewer socks to wash. But when you have experienced the company, the silence after the song shows what lonely really means. So Trevor tattooed "Rest in Peace" Mike on his body, and yeah, still chatted with Brad while he was in the slammer for 9 whole years. Then he learned that Mike was alive. It ticked him off, but kinda made him happy too. He tracked Sneaky Mike. He couldn't get why Mike was now helping those nasty government folks do some unspeakable things, but he helped Mike anyway, no looking back. Cause Mike was totally his best bro. Thought this little trick would spring Brad from the slammer, but no, Mike's always been super dodgy, even made Trevor doubt that ancient brawl. So he dug up Mike's grave. Who knew? It was Brad just chilling there all along. The whole accident 9 years ago was Mike's plan. Mike, already saddled with a family, was itching to bail. So, he made a secret deal with the cops, traded some stolen cash and a buddy's life, all just to sneak off without even a scratch. Mike had definitely leveled up. He learned to bend a bit in life. And Trevor? He's always just Trevor. Compromise ain't in his vocab, seriously, not even a bit. He simply knocks out the one he doesn't like, and also fucks the one he likes. He knows violence can't solve all problems, but he also knows that it can solve all the people who raise them. He treats the world with the most honest and straightforward attitude, always playing by his own quirky, kinda wacky rules. Although he's loaded, he is still drunk on the street and totally digs scoring meals from the trash, forts and poops. So even when Mike betrayed him, he still didn't shoot Mike. Because for him, Mike is always the one who took him away from the border and helped him to see the ocean. From then on, he really felt the sun scorch and the winds roar. Enlightened in indulgence, sincere in sin. He totally felt it in this trippy dreamland. Mike's passion, helplessness, sincerity, betrayal. Before meeting Mike, he was just a puppet swayed by fate, cramming just getting by in life. After meeting Mike, he learned to boss life around. He's not used to flying solo. Only Mike can take him away from this lonely peak. So, in the game's 3 endings, if you choose to off Mike, Trevor will flat out reject you. He'll call you a traitor and cut ties forever. But if you decide to off Trevor, Mike's coming to help. Trevor will shout out that classic line before he dies. I thought there was just one traitor. I didn't expect all around me to be traitors. Oh man, once again, Trevor's best bud ditched him. There's an Easter egg. If you choose not to off Trevor at the end, post-game, Trevor heads home and bumps into his mom he hasn't seen in years. First time he bawled. He's so naive and helpless. Mom asked him to fetch some illegal drugs. He sprinted like crazy and snagged the car. But when he came home all pumped, looking forward to mother's praise, turns out his mom just up and left without saying bye. No matter what you pick, Trevor's gonna get ditched. Trevor's meant to be a loner. In the distant future, Earth gets invaded big time by aliens and their robot creations. Humanity takes a massive hit. Only a few survivors escape to the moon. To reclaim their homeland, humans build an army of androids to strike back at Earth. The elite of them all is the Yorha. 9S is totally one of those guys. As the most advanced reconnaissance type in the Yorha, the moment 9S was shot into space, he was solo dolo to Earth for some sneaky intel gathering. Although this work is dangerous and long, even when distracted, he remembered his mission. But boy, did he ever feel the loneliness. Then one day, his buddy 2B rolled up to save his bacon. Without a second thought, he spilled his joy all over 2B. But the reply was that our Yorha androids is forbidden to have feelings. SEC attitude? Nah, 9S shrugged it off like a champ. After all, silent company beats being alone. So in the next battle, 9S didn't think twice before jumping in to shield 2B from a massive weapon spear strike. This moment kinda got 2B all up in her feels, like seriously emotional. After the battle, HQ assigned them both to continue intelligence gathering. In the investigation, they found that the machine lifeform seems to not be as thoughtless as they imagined. Some machine lifeforms also yearn for peace, some pursue love, and host some seriously wacky shindigs. They found out, for some reason, the machine lifeforms wiped out their creator, the alien. This is really strange and weird. As the invest goes deeper, 9S and 2B are also more and more tacit. 9S felt that the fact that he could accompany 2B and fight side by side with 2B, he said this was the best time of his life. He suggested that 2B could call his nickname directly 9s, but 2B was like, hold your horses, we're not there yet. 9S still remembers the first time when he met 2B. 2B asked 9S not to speak formally to her. She never asked anyone else that ever. Guess she never saw him as just another random guy right off the bat. So, 9S thought her response was kinda weird, huh? Like, what's up with that? He was also super curious why 2B, being a fighter model, just sneaking around, was doing spy stuff. As usual, 2B just played it cool and kept mum about it. They realized they were made for more than just existing. The feelings of the machine lifeforms are no different from the androids. You could even say they surpassed them. The machine lifeforms would create families. They would also form nations and have belief. They also delve into farming, politics, philosophy, and death. Of course, there are also machine lifeforms that are completely out of control. In the battle with one super large machine lifeform, 9S was badly hurt and captured. Super ticked off, 2B stormed off Ultramatic to save 9S and kill the core unit of the machine lifeform, Atom. Later, 9S was sent to a base on satellite orbit for repairs. During the fix-up, 9S tripped over a top-secret hush-hush file the android bigwigs were sitting on. Humans were wiped out long ago. He barely had time to think this over when he got word that 2B was in a tough fight back on Earth. 9S rushed to Earth immediately, teamed up with 2B to take down another core of the machine lifeform's E, but he caught a virus from hacking into E's network. To stop the virus spreading to other androids, 9S cheekily asked 2B to kill him. 9S, who just broke free from being alone, and who was totally itching to spend more time with 2B, did not show any regret and sadness. Instead, he was totally calm. It was 2B, who was supposedly emotionless, freaking out about this. She showed a tidal wave of sorrow. She'd seen this whole ridiculous circus unfold way too many times. She'd off 9S in countless ways before. Her real code isn't 2B, it's actually 2E, believe it or not. Full-time job wiping out deserters. The androids are instilled with the idea of protecting humanity when they are made, in order to prevent them from losing their will to fight. When they know humans has gone, they pretend there's a whole human council up on the moon. Because 9S has a strong hacking ability, he could uncover the moon's truth. So, they just kinda toss 2B over to snoop on him. Every time 9 seconds finds secrets, 2B must kill him again and again. Endless game overs and restarts really mess with 2B's head. Poor girl's on a loop. She totally gave 9S a mega cold shoulder treatment, but even that couldn't stop her tears from coming. Truth is, 9S totally sniffed out the whole thing way earlier. Every reboot, he'd get sent solo to Earth for missions, like a cosmic errand boy. It was long and lonely. Then 2B rolls in, his only buddy in sight, even though he knew how it all would end. Every reunion felt like a big, goofy, warm bear hug for him. He couldn't tell if he was digging for the truth on the moon out of instinct, or just to catch another glimpse of 2B. Compared with being killed by 2B, 2B's feeling sad, but she had to do it. That's what really hurts him. So he always says in humorous words to make 2B happy, and talks about a future that'll never happen, hoping it eases her pain. Little does he know, this just makes her feel even crappier, and so they're just stuck looping through life and death like a broken record. Things unspoken yet understood, bonds felt but unattainable. This must be the most indescribable loneliness. In the previous two games, the one who felt lonely is the character. Players totally got more thrills, chills, and epic spills. But in Shadow of the Colossus, what the player feels is a deeper loneliness than the game character. In this game, there is no bustling city, no simple villages either. No, there's not even monsters. The only thing here is a young man, a horse, a girl's corpse, and 16 super quiet colossus. The whole game only have 20-some lives, and it will suddenly hit us that, although we always take the people around us for granted in reality, when we're in a place all alone, it's like a ghost town here. Every single figure that might show up gets us hung, cause the colossus is often quite far away, and the entrance is kinda hidden. So, as we hunt for the colossus, we often trek across the grassland in the barren desert and ran through a quiet forest for a long time. With the sound of the horse's hooves and the distant bird calls, a sense of wonder and emptiness emerges. This world is so vast and wide. Here we are, tiny specks in this big universe. This feeling is especially true facing a colossus. The huge sense of oppression makes us unable to breathe. We need to overcome fear, clumsily climb the colossus, and just totally wipe it out. Every time a colossus falls, our protagonist Wander will be eroded by the dark power gushing out from the colossus, and bear great pain from it, just as he made a deal with the mysterious voice in the temple before. Kill all the colossus, pay a huge price, to bring back his beloved girl, and Wander's reply is pretty straightforward. I know, I've been prepped and haunted. As more and more colossi are killed, Wander's body is getting more corrupted by darkness. Feels like he could burst into a black hole any minute. There are also more and more dark shadows released from the colossi in the temple, just staring at Wander, showing that all this seems not to be simple. But Wander just gave the girl a deep, firm look. He's gotta fight, cause he's been ready for this, like forever. As Wander heads to the last colossus, boom, the bridge collapses. In a real pickle, Wander's horse Agro eats him right across, but Agro fell off the cliff. That scene could tug at any gamer's heartstrings. Perhaps for Agro, he knew what Wander meant to him, just as Wander knew what he meant to the girl. Heartbroken, Wander finds the last colossus. This colossus towers skyward. Its power surpasses all previous colossi. Just getting close to it is a massive challenge. But for Agro, for his beloved girl, Wander's gotta smash him. He's climbing like his life depends on it. Finally, he actually pulled it off. The massive, spooky dark power just exploded. Wander got sat back to the temple. Now, Wander's swirling horns in his head, his skin oozing darkness, his eyes hot at his next prey. Whatever Wander dealt with, it sure wasn't a god, but a demon. He used Wander to break a colossus' seal. He's about to revive using Wander's body. The humanity left in Wander drives him to move forward. He wants to gaze at the girl one last time before he fades. At this time, the priest who just arrived soon started a new seal. The huge attraction of the divine pool is holding back the Wander who has become a demon. Wander struggles desperately, looking at the girl ahead, but it's too late. All he can feel is his power being drained away. In the end, he got sucked into the divine pool. Luckily, the demon lord kept his promise. The girl wake up. She didn't know why she was alive again. She didn't know all that Wander did for her. But none of that mattered, because Wander was ready for it. Wander and the Colossus is a game released on PS2 in 2005. To this day, it's also the game most often called a work of art. No joke, countless players are totally hooked by its silent yet fierce passion. I just can't put this feeling into words. This feeling is not hard to understand. Nowadays, we all live in a society as close yet indifferent as a beehive. Without the exchange of interests or sweet words, it's tough to build connections between people. Every day, countless pieces of information, either useful or useless, are blown into our brains, blowing away the decisions we just made. So we just stare blankly at the scenery in the distance, feeling lost, not knowing someone out there is hovering a mouse over our profile. We've all been lost. Just like Wander, we've tried to climb up, but no. And then boom, down we go. But when Wander looks back, he sees a maiden on the altar. And we turned around and saw our studies, work life, and the local tops and mini skirts in our phones. No real gods or demons around promising us anything. Those who promise everything will go your way are either nuts or con artists, or maybe both, who knows? So we started to question, having climbed aimlessly upwards and fallen to the bottom, is there any meaning? Is it so-called leveling up, or just blissfully numbing our brains? I just hope someone can tell us where the end point is, only to realize we're on this road alone. As the sun sets on the earth, we're all busy cursing unknown fools in our social software and killing nameless enemies in the game, just waiting for the fog to clear. We gotta head back to that sketchy, dim road. No matter the confusing path ahead, no matter how high our hopes, dude, we're all in, running forward with everything we've got. Seems like there's a faint glimmer of light up ahead. As we play, our characters level up, noobs to pros. We slowly shed our childish faces, but their looks, it never changed. In this sense, our world is never lonely, always hearty. But without these games, my world would sure be lonely without you guys. Thanks for sticking around all this time. Big thanks for watching this video. I'll keep the videos coming. Got a favorite game or character obsession? Drop it in the comments or DM me. I will choose some to make the following videos. If you dig my stuff, don't forget to like, toss a coin, and subscribe for more. I'm Minuet K1. Catch y'all next week.